She Quest podcast is heart-opening dialogues for self-identified women on a She Quest, a movement moving forward, striving to live aware, bold, and whole. Welcome to your guided meditation, or what I like to call color breathing. So find a comfortable place where you may sit. You can do this on a chair, making sure that your legs are not crossed, that your feet are touching the floor. My personal favorite way to do this is just with my legs crossed. Sometimes I do this on my knees as well, just depending. And when I do this meditation, I start with one hand. I kind of sit on my tailbone and have my other hand touch the crown of my head. And I find a seat that is really proud and really long. And I love to do this right at the beginning, and I close my eyes because in my mind's eye, I can clearly see the channel of my spine from the ground up. And really it's this channel really where the chakras and the colors of the rainbow reside. And so I like to take really conscious and long and slow breaths here as I'm about to delve really deeper into my color breathing and this really luminous experience. I like to think of my breath as electricity. So every time I take a deep breath in and a long breath out, I light up. And so you may inhale through your nose and you may exhale through your nose if you want a bit more of a warming exercise. If you want it to be a bit more cooling, to simply exhale through your mouth. So really establish this conduit from the tailbone, the ground, your legs, your bones, the density of you, and to the more ethereal, kind of heavenly, divine places of you, which is really at the crown of your head. And this spinal channel, in yoga we call this the central channel. And take a few more moments here to really see and integrate the waves of breath. So connecting with the vibration of your breath and seeing your spine as an open conduit to soul. Your breath in that manner really is your Kundalini Shakti. So one more time, really settled in your sits bone. If you can see this conduit from the sits bones to the top of the head, you can let go of your arms now and bring your palms face down. So palms face down on your thighs. Keeping the breath conscious. You are aware here, so it's a relaxed yet active place where you are actively engaging in every breath, brushing and rinsing through you. A few more times here. And each breath passing, bringing a quality of healing and nurturing to your breath. Before we start actively working with the colors of the rainbow, I would love to introduce something I call the ladder breath. And so we will go through steps, and I like to think that every time I work with the chakras, I kind of like I go up a ladder. So I work at the lower level of the ladder, and then I come back down again. And then I go up a little more ways, like the second step of the ladder, and then I come back down again. And then go up to the third of the ladder, and then I come down again. And I love this idea of the ladder again, because it has this sort of passageway, and we're kind of going into the higher realm. And yes, we cannot access the higher realm if the ladder is not connected to its root. So keep this ladder, in line when we are doing the ladder breath. And so let's start with the root chakra. And so we'll start breathing the color red. And I love breathing the colors because right in that way I really claim my imagination. And so from my sits bones, and this is really my root chakra line, my coccyx, my legs, my bones. It's a place of trust. It's my physical identity. It's my safety. It's what connects me to the earth. Inhale the color red and exhale the color red. So I like to stay in the first step of the ladder. So I inhale, I'm really aware of my sits bones, my legs, my feet, my ankle. And I exhale down, up and down, and up and down. And I stay in the realm of my roots. And then the last breath, I take it up all the way up the color red. So I inhale up to the crown of my head. And I exhale it down to the crown of my head. Then we will move in the latitude of the second chakra, Svadhisthana chakra, which is a place of creativity, of pleasure. It's an emotional place. It's the low back, the genitals. And I will inhale now the color orange. So I'll start on my sits bones, and I inhale up that color orange to my womb. And I'll do this 3 times. So I'll stay in the low. We're still very low in the ladder here. We're still very dense. The density, the heaviness of your being. Think of like filling a Ziploc bag with water. It's very heavy. There's a sense of buoyancy to your breath coming in and out. The color orange fills every part of you. Feel the room you're in. For the last breath, a deep breath in, and the last breath, we take it up to the crown of your head and then back down. So every step of the way, we go 3 breaths in its center and 1 breath all the way up, filling you up to the crown of your head. And we're up now to the color yellow. And this is where your solar plexus lies, just a little bit above your navel. This is a place of evolution. This is where your ego is, but also where you can play, you can act, you have determination there, very fiery place. The color is yellow. So breathing in and around. And sometimes when my awareness goes and I can't focus, I take the use of my hand, and perhaps I take my left hand to my belly and my right hand behind. So I can fill up this place in my belly full of breath. So I'll stay and I'll breathe yellow in my belly. Big ins, big outs. And one last breath, a nice color yellow, breathing into the top now and down. We're now up to the color green, your heart. So you can do this again with your hand, left hand to the heart, right hand behind, doing a bit more of a heart charging. If you're okay with your hands, your palms face down on your thighs, do that. Whatever works for you to connect deeper. The heart is the latitude of joy and self-love, community. It compromises your chest, your lungs, circulating vitality through you. It's your social identity. Breathing in and out the color green, the color of nature, of trees, of branches, of leaves. Staying with this color. And then the last breath from your tailbone up the ladder to the crown of your head, and then back down. We are up to the throat, and the color is blue here. So feeling a widening of your throat, front and back, left and right. The chakra here, its kind of physical latitude is also the mouth and ear and neck. It's your creative identity. It's where you find your resonant voice, is where you are a good listener. So breathing in 3 breaths with the color blue in its center. So right at the neck, front and back, the color blue. Claiming your imagination, staying with the color blue. And one last breath here from the tailbone up and the color blue. And exhale back down. We are up in the third eye, the base of the skull. This is where your identity, your symbol identity, archetypical identity. It's where you visualize, you intuit. It's where you dream. The color is purple or indigo. And breathing in that area, front and back, staying with the rhythms and the cycles. You're in the higher realms now. One more, breathe in purple and breathe out purple. And then to close in on this latitude, the base of your spine. Inhale, breathe in all the way up and all the way down. We are now at the crown of the head, which is the 7th crown chakra. This is our universal identity, where wisdom and knowledge, it is like the 1,000 blooming petal lotus full of light. So the color is white or pink, your choice. So breathe into that area. We're much higher realms now, much higher realms. So the connection to the divine, to the heavens, to a God of your own understanding, just a higher kind of being, divine, this divinity we all possess. And breathe in and breathe out. Light and pink. And then finally, one last breath with the light from the tailbone, signifying your luminous being. Breathe in and out. Come back to a nice long spine. Now finishing strong, balance, and peaceful. Let's go back to all the centers. Let's breathe into our tailbone. Breathe in red. In, out. In the womb, breathing orange. In, out. Breathing yellow, breathing in. Exhale, pull the belly button in and up. Leap up to the heart, breathe green. And out. Chin high, breathe in your throat, blue. And out. Up to the middle of the forehead, breathe purple in and out. And a final pink up to the crown of the head, breathe in and out. And with this final luminous light, breathe in from the bottom to the tops of the ground up. As you wake up, you light up. Breathe in and breathe out a full integration, your most luminous self. Now, flip your palms facing up. Reach your arms up as you inhale, palms touch. And then exhale, palms back at the chest. Sealing in your color breathing today. One last breath, full of light, together in and together out. Namaste, She Quest.